Hey, it's Melanie with the Twister Sisters. I just want to say thank you again for watching our videos. It really means a lot to have your support. We just love putting together these videos. It's our passion. So thank you so much. I just wanted to tell you a little backstory behind the video you're about to watch. This tornado was a pretty big tornado near Jayton, Texas on June 12th, 2005. I know it was a while ago, but it was a pretty big tornado. It was really interesting and in the middle of a big field. So luckily, I don't think it really hit anything out there, at least not the one we were watching. There really wasn't anything there but a big field. Actually, there were some cows. There were some cows running around with this smaller tornado that developed at first, but they seemed to all be okay. So anyway, yeah, I just wanted to tell you that on this day in 2005, on June 12th, it was a really interesting chase, one that I'll never forget. I woke up that morning in our hotel room, and the first thing that came out of my mouth was, today we are going to see a Wedge tornado, and my father is going to die. I know that's pretty deep, but it's what happened. And I honestly don't know why I said it. I wasn't thinking about it. It just came out. It was just something I said. It was one of those things that you might call intuition. Now, my father had been in a coma for many, many years, so it's not surprising that he passed away. But somehow I just knew it was going to happen that day. It was certainly, as you can imagine, quite the roller coaster. But that day we were actually chasing. Before the chase, we were all pumped up, of course, as usual. And we had a couple of production crews with us and a photographer with us who'd been chasing with us for a while that season and really, really wanted to see a good tornado because it was one of those years where not a lot had happened yet, despite being on the road quite a bit. So we got out there and this tornado just developed right in front of us and gradually became a really wide, looked like a multiple vortex, at least for a while, and just this big wide tornado with a little bit of a green glow to it. It was really interesting and incredible. And it was something that the whole crew, everyone had been waiting to see all season. So it was kind of the peak of our chase that season in 2005. And boy, when that was happening, I just sensed that my father was passing. And unfortunately, an hour later, I got the call that he had died. So in my world, in this existence, in this lifetime, that was one of those moments that was just a little bit paranormal, you might say, whatever you want to call it. It was very interesting. I really feel that my father was tied to that storm somehow because he actually loved the weather too. And maybe that's partly why I got so interested in the weather. So it was quite meaningful that that happened. Of course, when I got the news, I was extremely sad. So that day it was kind of like we were super excited from this storm and this tornado everyone had been waiting for a long time. And then the news of my father passing. So it was like a roller coaster, up and down with my emotions that day. That's why this storm is really important to me. This day was one of those moments in my life I will never forget. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to my story. On June 12th, 2005, there was a moderate risk for severe weather in the Texas Panhandle area up into southwest Oklahoma, including a slight risk that included Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, several states. There was actually a 15% or higher hatched tornado risk put out by the Storm Prediction Center that day. On this day, there was a dry line extending south through Texas and an outflow boundary from earlier convection. So the intersection of the dry line and the outflow boundary is where things look most interesting for tornadoes to develop. We ended up in this area along the dry line near Jayton, Texas. Tornado. almost time to move. It's like, come on, baby, put one down right here.
So, it's not as strong right now as it was. Let's put it down a second. This was like this.
There's a little salty smell. Right now it's coming down. There it is, tornado. Big tornado on the ground. Oh my God. Incredible. It's still a big tornado. It's probably a multiple vortex. It's on the ground.
Looks like another one there. Look at that. In the back of the mezzo. Look at it. It's tightening up again.
Keep the chatter up, ladies, please.
Okay. Yeah, see it in there now? There is a big one in there.
There's a big tornado being obscured by the rain wrapping around it. This thing is gonna...
Oh, this, you know, if anything, the wall cloud is tightening up.
There's a... It's definitely on the ground in there. I'm sure this is a multiple vortex tornado.
Oh yeah, it has to be.
Look at that, that's incredible. Look at that clear slot coming in.
I know. We should see, with that clear slot coming down, we should see another one maybe in a few minutes.
Well, I think there's one on the ground
Yeah,
there.
inside there.
Obscured by all that rain. This is a big Texas tornado already. There's another tornado behind it. Look at that thing. Oh, that's a huge one. Check that out. This whole wall.
Wedge right there?
That's the wedge, and you have the wedge tornado.
Holy shit, right in front of it.
Oh, it's going that way. Here, let me take a picture. Oh. Yeah, no, like, right here. Right here. All right. Kelly, okay. God, I want one of those shots. You're an idiot for standing out there. I don't think that's